old Chinese saying, if it won't work if we only treat the symptoms and ignore the root causes of a problem. So let's say if a ceasefire is discussed without addressing the key issue of the Palestinian statehood, then it means that the deep-seated contradictions between Palestine and Israel will remain unresolved. And chances are the two sides may once again fall into a cycle of violence that is not going to stop, as history has already shown to us.
Israel's continued strikes in Gaza have killed hundreds of Palestinians since the current ceasefire deal took hold in October. What do you think are the other reasons or the factors behind this perceived fragility of the current ceasefire?
Well, indeed, the ceasefire in Gaza remains fragile, and that kind of fragility stems from the gap between its immediate achievements, including the partial hostage releases and reduced large-scale fighting, and unaddressed long-term issues. And right now, there are still a lot of fundamental disagreements between the two sides that have not yet been solved, because Hamas insists on the permanent withdrawal of Israeli troops, whereas Israel aims to eliminate Hamas. So when one party in a negotiation aims to eliminate the other, there is very little room for compromise between the two sides. And so far, although the 20-point plan is being implemented gradually, there are still many disputes among the parties regarding how the international stabilization force should be deployed, and the members of the peace committee is going to be composed of, which has exacerbated the uncertainty of the situation in Gaza.
It is reported that delegations from three countries, Egypt, Qatar, and Turkey, which we know are the mediators, along with the United States, of the current ceasefire deal for Gaza, delegations from these three countries met on Tuesday in Cairo to discuss the second phase of the ceasefire. And we understand the second phase concerns disarming Hamas, establishing a transitional authority, and deployment of an international stabilization force to the Gaza Strip. So, what obstacles should be overcome before things can really enter the second phase?
Well, I think reports indicate that the discussions emphasizes overcoming obstacles to entering the second phase of the ceasefire deal, but I would say several significant hurdles must be addressed.